We type text on a keyboard and expect it to just work. But sometimes the same sentence that looks perfectly fine on one system suddenly breaks on another. A simple word like cafe turns into something different, even though nothing about the text itself seems complicated. This isn't random, and it isn't a bug in your browser. It's the result of how computers represent text internally. In this video, we'll break down how text encoding works, why ASCII wasn't enough, and how the issue got resolved. Let's get started. When we type text on a keyboard, it feels like we're working directly with letters and words, but that's not how computers see it. Inside a computer, everything is stored as numbers. Text encoding is the rule that connects those two worlds. It defines how characters like letters and symbols are translated into numbers, and how those numbers are turned back into readable text on a screen. Without a shared encoding, the same data could be interpreted differently by different systems, which is why text can sometimes appear broken. Whenever text displays correctly on a website or in an app, it's because everyone involved is following the same encoding. You may have already heard about ASCII. ASCII stands for the American Standard Code for Information Interchange, and it was one of the first widely adopted text encodings. It defined a fixed set of 128 characters, covering numbers, uppercase and lowercase English letters, and basic punctuation. This made it possible for computers to exchange text reliably for the first time. But ASCII was designed around the English language. It worked well in that context, but it couldn't represent accented characters or most other languages. Words like déjà vu or piñata simply didn't fit into its character set. ASCII solved the problem of consistency, but it was never designed to handle the full diversity of written language. One can say that ASCII didn't fail. It's just the world that outgrew it. As computers spread around the world, ASCII quickly reached its limits. Different countries needed additional characters for their own languages, including accents, symbols, and entirely new alphabets, so systems began extending ASCII in their own ways. At first, these extensions seemed like a reasonable solution. But as soon as text started moving between computers, the cracks began to show. The problem was that there was no longer a single standard. ASCII code like 156 could represent one character on one system and a completely different character on another. When text was transferred between systems, each computer interpreted the same data differently, which is why text often broke in transit. ASCII had solved consistency locally, but globally, text had become fragmented once again. All of the previously mentioned issues led to the creation of Unicode. Instead of extending older systems, Unicode introduced a single, universal character set that assigns every character a shared identity. This approach works regardless of language or writing system, covering everything from Latin and Cyrillic to Arabic, Chinese, and beyond. By separating the idea of a character from how it is stored, Unicode provided a stable foundation that works across platforms and devices. This simplicity and consistency made it easy for the entire industry to adopt one standard, resolving the compatibility problems that earlier systems couldn't. So far, we've seen how Unicode defines characters in a universal way. But defining characters is only part of the solution. Computers still need a way to store them. UTF-8 is the encoding that makes Unicode usable on real computers. While Unicode defines characters, UTF-8 defines how those characters are stored as bytes. It does this using a variable length format, meaning common characters take fewer bytes, while others use more only when needed. One of the key reasons UTF-8 was widely adopted is its compatibility with ASCII. The first 128 characters are stored exactly the same way. This allowed older systems and modern software to work together seamlessly. Combined with its efficiency and flexibility, UTF-8 became the natural choice for storing text on the web and across modern systems. Today, text moves constantly between phones, websites, servers, and applications around the world. Messages are sent, data is processed behind the scenes, and documents are stored and shared across systems without us thinking twice about it. This seamless communication depends on a shared foundation that ensures characters mean the same thing everywhere. Because of that foundation, text can travel across devices, networks, and platforms without breaking. The reliability we take for granted today is the direct result of those standards working quietly in the background. In conclusion, What looks like simple text on a screen is supported by a carefully designed system beneath it. From ASCII's early attempt at standardization to Unicode's universal character set and UTF-8's practical way of storing it all, each step brought us closer to reliable global communication. Today, characters can travel between devices, platforms, and countries without losing their meaning. That shared foundation allows messages, websites, and applications to work seamlessly across the world. The fact that we rarely notice this complexity is proof of how well it was solved. That brings us to the end of our overview of text encodings and how modern systems handle characters. If you found this helpful and want to explore more topics like this, feel free to check out the other videos on our channel. Thank you for watching.